Hey guys, this is Vol. Welcome to a test audio commentary that'll basically be allowing me to try out some new software that I picked up, GunCam and Audacity, basically borrowing some ideas from Diggity SC, who's posted a lot of very popular StarCraft videos on YouTube, and what I'm just trying out here is how it all works and giving it a first test run. The game that I'm commenting on is actually one of my own games. In future, I'm probably going to be doing more replays, mainly replays that I've picked up from GhostOfGamers.com. But just for now, I just want to try testing it out with one of my own replays. This is between myself and a friend of mine. In this game, I actually do win the game, but props to the other guy. I mean, it's not a guy that I always beat. I've just been playing a lot of practice games with him lately. Anyway, as you can see here, standard Terran and Protoss matchup. I've got the game in 4 times speed at the moment, just to skim through the basically opening, which is fairly standard from both players. Just Protoss 1 gate opening with a cybernetic score, and Terran just waiting to get the first factory up. Here it is, coming up now, and shortly after this I'll be slowing it down to 2 times speed and then 1 times speed once the game really gets underway. As you can see from the minimap, both scouts are going in opposite directions for the opponent's base. Eventually the probe shows up here, but the Marine's ready there to take it out. So, well, Marine doesn't take it out, I forgot that part. And over here we've got a probe block on the ramp, which shows me immediately that he's planning on doing something a little bit sneaky. In this case, he's getting Robotics factory fairly quickly. He's got a Dragoon there ready to block the probe now that that's out. So back at the Terran base, we see the factory shop just about finishing, just slowing it down to 2 times speed now, so I don't have to sort of rush through it so quickly. Tank being built there, as well as mine upgrades. There's the robotics facility finishing, and what have we got there? An observatory and Dragoon range, a second gateway. This is a very tech-heavy build. No expansion yet for Protoss, and not for a while, as we'll see. Mainly Dragoons just massing up now while he gets more pylons. Over here, what we're seeing is me pushing out, seeing that the probes had blocked the entrance. Just wanted to go for a quick move in there, assuming that the Protoss player wasn't going to build many forces, and mines just finishing, the vultures coming out, ready just to put down some mines. 3 gateways before expansion. That's it's a very sort of all-in Protoss build, and it's quite risky. I thought to just float the barracks over, given that my base is very close to his base, just over the valley there. And what this did was to just bring the Dragoons back to try and take out the barracks, and that left them away from the ramp. So after putting the few mines down there at the choke point, just the plan is to bring the Marines and tank in, see if I can just pick off a few probes while the Dragoons are busy with the barracks. And this is exactly what happens. Some of the probes just on the line there, getting shot at. The Dragoons eventually coming back. Probes coming off the line and getting hit by the Vulture and the Marines, so that's quite good. Every probe counts at this stage in the game, and after the Dragoons eventually come out, looks like 5 of them. It's time to back off, but luckily I've got some mines down. Just a 5th mine down there over the place where he's going to put the Nexus, just to delay that expansion even further. Takes out the mine before it has a chance to land, but the Dragoons are basically held there until the Observer gets into position to scout them. Expansion going down for the Terran. Well before the Protoss player hasn't even started the expansion yet. Ouch. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Just walked into a mine there, so that 3 Dragoons pretty much softened up, so next fight they're actually not going to be able to survive very long. Bringing the SCVs over here on a transfer over to the second base, which is already up. Dragoons moving out, but as I said, they're fairly weak. Three gates pumping Dragoons, so there'll be enough of them, but Protoss has really got to do some damage really quickly, otherwise a lot of forces are going to move up here. Here we go. Yeah, see, already damaged. Very easy for the tanks to snipe them out, but once they start backing off and get reinforced, it's time for the tanks to back off. Luckily, there's a mineral line already there to help defend. So 3 factories going up, expansion already rolling. Still haven't seen the expansion from the Protoss player. Instead, what we're seeing here is just some more risks being put in place by the Protoss player, taking up tank siege mode finished. Dragoons moving in to try and snipe them, but bad idea. As you can see, yeah, just not enough Dragoons basically. Alright, so still no expansion. What we're seeing back here is just tech up, just trying to end the game basically, rather than cutting their losses and trying for more of a sort of recovery macro management build. We've got several Dragoons, but it's just not enough to break the Terran defense at the moment, because there's just enough tanks with siege mode and mines, so they're not going to be able to break through. Instead, what we're seeing is a shuttle being built, technology heading up towards the Templar archives, so looking at a Dark Templar drop, possibly a High Templar drop. And in the meantime, the Dragoons are basically just sitting there, and the only thing they can do is prevent the Terran from driving across and laying siege to the Protoss base, but the macro management wise, the Terran definitely ahead here. 4 factories, upgrades being researched. Got the second base well underway with plenty of SCVs going. Tanks all sieged out. There's no way he's going to be able to get in the front entrance. Even more factories going up. So if the game doesn't change balance anytime soon, it's going to be all over the Protoss, because they're just not going to have enough units. Got a shuttle ready, and some Dark Templars building, so that is indeed what's happening. So we're going to see some Dark Templars dropping. It's the only thing they can do, really. They can't go through the front. There's a turret there, there's mines. I just got a vulture up the top just to scout for the Protoss base. I want to leave mines just where the Nexus would normally build, next to all of the mineral patches. Finally, we get to see a second Nexus going down, which is very, very late. Still just 3 gateways each. That Dark Templar is trapped in the midst of the building, but it won't matter. The shuttle will soon come and pick him up. Here we go. So 1 shuttle picking up 2 Dark Templars by the looks.